Howdy y'all, welcome back to the Black Sheep Meadow. I'm Brent.
And I'm Amber. And today we're going to talk a little bit about a very scary experience that we had a few weeks ago where we almost lost everything.
Wildfire basically struck up on the road, probably about 4.5 miles away from our homestead and my mom's house. Quickly, within just a few hours, it engulfed several hundred acres, took out a lot of property.
Thankfully, only two physical structures, numerous outbuildings, but two physical structures.
Uninhabited.
Uninhabited, so that
Yes.
was a blessing, and it could have been so much worse. The little neighborhood where it is has numerous homes. Some lived in full-time, some of them are weekend places for people, but thanks to the local fire departments and the forestry service and the numerous departments that
Yes,
showed
I think
up.
there was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they said there was like 13 or 14 different fire departments that showed up to this wildfire.
The air tankers
out
showed up
of
out of Austin.
Correct.
The helicopter that was dumping
There was
water.
I don't remember the names of some of them. The helicopter was actually an Erickson air crane, and that was a sight to see. Yep.
It was definitely, but we talk about a lot on the homestead about being prepared, and some of the things that we do just naturally on the homestead, like Brent carrying this tank in the back of his truck nearly year round, along with a 2-inch trash pump, really came in handy.
Yeah, we were able that day that of the wildfire actually occurred. I'd actually filled this tank 8 times that day, and when I actually saw the fire initially started, I would just fill the tank to irrigate the trees. And as I turned off the water and I was about to hop in the truck, I could see the smoke coming from over the tree line. And that's when actually some firefighter friends of ours actually called us and said, hey, this is what's going on. They got toned out to the fire.
Yeah.
So, but ultimately, that's why we want to discuss with y'all today is some of the things that we're prepared for on the homestead might come in handy for unforeseen things. We got some videos we're going to talk about in the Texas freeze of February 2020, how we maintained temperature the entire time. I don't believe the inside the house ever got below, I think, 74 degrees that week.
74, 73, something like
And,
that.
you know, just little things, that week, it wasn't what did we have to eat, it was what do you want to eat, you know, because we stay prepared, and that's what we want to show you guys and how to get there also.
And the fire's a little bit different than something like that because there's a lot of fuel. We've been super dry this year. There's a lot of fuel out there. It mostly burned federal government land, so that part of it is unmaintained forestry. It's basically thick, you can't walk through it. It's just wild, unkept land. So there was plenty of food. So this fire was actually very unpredictable.
Yes,
the wind
yes.
shifting affected, and that's pretty much what saved a lot of the neighborhood. Was we had a wind switch, and it pushed it away from the majority of the houses back towards the federal government land, which was a great thing. But
It ultimately dead-ended the fire into a lake shore.
into a lake shore. So, and it said it was 400 acres or just shy of 400
acres, I could say it was
But
probably more than that, yeah.
It looks a lot bigger than that, and especially when you see it, I'll put the map here at the end. When you see it, it affected quite a bit more than 400 acres.
Yeah.
400 acres might be what it destroyed, but it grew like fingers, so it would skip spaces, and there's spots that aren't burnt, and then there's other spots where it's complete destruction.
But as far as homestead, I do want to mention, and this is an honorable mention, that no matter where you're at in the map or where you're at in the world, somewhere there is a volunteer fire department close to you. And I can tell you, I could count a dozen of them around here.
Yes.
And we try and make it a point that every time you see on Facebook or you see in the local grocery store, you see a flyer and they're having a fried chicken dinner or a fish fry, you know, go support these guys. That's how
Yes.
they're funding all their equipment.
For sure. If you get a chance to support your local volunteer fire departments, definitely do it. They were out there for almost a week. I think it was
yes.
at least 5 days straight, 24 hours a day. These guys were out there trying to get this contained, trying to make sure that there was no more destruction. And it was really an amazing thing to see. A lot of these volunteers they're not going to work. They're out here saving people's property, saving people's homes. So if you get a chance, please reach out to them, donate, support. Even if you can't donate, support them in some way, even if it's just volunteer during their fish fry.
Yeah.
Go help them serve food. You know, take them a case of water if you get a chance. These guys, they're really out here doing something and trying to help protect us in these rural areas away from your big cities.
Yeah, they definitely saved a lot. This could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse. But yeah, definitely look around your homestead and see what you have that you're using that will actually protect you and protect your homestead.
And practice safe measures when it comes to fires too. We deal a lot with fires,
We do.
whether it's outdoor cooking or equipment or any of those things.
We do a lot of welding, cutting.
Yeah, pay attention to what's going on. You know, don't involuntarily let this happen to you.
Yeah.
You know, if
This-
you can prevent this, something like this happening on the homestead, especially during a dry season,
Yes.
things got out of control really fast with that fire.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to show y'all some footage. We're going to try and refrain from using private property just because so many people did lose stuff.
That's a privacy thing. We'll
yeah,
show you
a
some
respect
pictures
for privacy,
of the
yeah.
government land,
Yeah.
but the private property we're not interested in
Yeah.
showing people's private stuff there.
So y'all check it out. Leave us a like, subscribe, give us a share. You know, we're
Give
going to
me
put this out on
questions.
Facebook. She's going to share it to Instagram, I guess.
Give a shout out to your local volunteer fire department. Let
Correct.
us know where you're from and what your volunteer fire department does for their yearly fundraiser.
Yep.
We'd like to see that.
We'll see y'all next week.
Have a good one.